I am Sydney Kida, and I'm sitting down with Michael Torres, the Senior Inventory Intake Specialist at 86 Repairs, just to talk a little bit about some open roles we have coming up and his experience within his own role. So, Michael, let's start with an easy one. How long have you been at 86?
I've been with the company for about almost a year and a half now.
And in terms of what originally led you to 86, how you found out about it, were you just looking at the right time, or how did you encounter the company?
Yeah, so I really was open to different opportunities outside of the restaurant industry. My background is really heavy on working in the food industry, from management, serving, you name it. But something I wanted to do was kind of have a little bit more diversity behind me. So I was looking for something along the lines of traveling, getting out there, exploring, and just kind of dipping my toe in kind of like a corporate setting.
I'm curious, were there any roles within food service that you held previously that kind of helped prep you in some way for what you do as an intake specialist?
Absolutely. I think working in different points in the restaurant itself really helps me get an idea of what it looks like for an inventory intake specialist. Being able to see what the kitchen uses for all of their commercial equipment, and the bar service as well for what they use for all of their equipment.
Yeah, I would imagine that's really helpful. Like you already kind of have that context. So, walk me through a kind of a day of the life of an inventory intake specialist at 86 Repairs. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So really we build our own schedules. We book our own flights, hotels, and rental cars. And what it looks like on site is just go introducing yourself, being a brand ambassador for the company, introducing yourself to the management team, just letting them know what exactly you're doing. Which what we do is just gather information, right? So we're taking photos of all their equipment, gathering the make, model, and serial number, uploading it into the 86 Repairs app, and that pretty much helps us keep track of all of their preventative maintenance, service requests, and yeah, their equipment.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the backbone of our solution. So, what you do can't be understated. I feel like that's um, basically the checkpoint that either makes for a great, successful long-term relationship or could make for a shakier experience. So, yeah, no, your team does really important work. So I'm curious to know, just in terms of the things that you most enjoy, you kind of talked about that a little bit, wanting to try some different things out. Maybe you enjoy travel a lot, but what is the best thing about working at 86?
I think the community. First and foremost, I think everyone has such a positive attitude. They're there to help you with whatever questions that you might have. I think we have a really good team, and I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, biased, but even in a remote environment, I just feel like we do a lot to stay connected and to be supportive of one another. And there are a lot of resources and things that can help. So I'm in a different role, but I have so much just pride and admiration for what other team members are doing, yours included. So cool. So if you could share advice with somebody who is interested in one of the open intake specialist positions, what do you think would be something that might help someone grasp the role and be successful in it?
Yeah, first and foremost, don't be nervous. Apply. I think that it's really important to kind of put yourself out there. You never know what experiences you might gain from it. I would say ask a bunch of questions. Definitely ask a bunch of questions.
So I'm curious, Michael, because you have been in this role for a while and you've actually been promoted from a specialist to a senior inventory intake specialist in your time here. So, what is a characteristic that you personally possess that you feel has benefited you in your role at 86?
I think attention to detail is a huge thing. I think making sure that you're asking questions, really looking for things that others might not look for. And I think trying to educate yourself beyond your role specifically does a huge benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. And my last question is just a general one to make sure I didn't miss anything important. But is there something else you would want to share about 86 or R&M for restaurants that you think would be helpful for somebody to know?
Absolutely. As someone who was a general manager myself in the past, I think that I wish I had this type of support in the restaurant industry. It gets so hectic trying to contact vendors, trying to organize dates, and I think that with the service that we provide, being able to have that technology at the palm of your hand and being able to communicate with the vendors, our amazing customer service team, and just being able to figure out those questions and situations while you're still able to run your restaurant successfully has been would be a huge help.
Yeah. Well, Michael, I know you're a busy guy. Thank you so much for your time today. And to all of the applicants out there who might be interested, as Michael said, don't hesitate. Go ahead and apply. If you think you could be a fit, chances are you just might be. So would love to see your application in our inbox.